So I'm sure you guys have heard. All right, so we're going to be talking about Fyre Festival 2.
Good morning, everybody. We just announced on the Today Show that Fyre 2 is taking place April 25th through April 28th on a private island off of the Caribbean coast in Mexico.
Yes, there's a sequel to it. Nobody asked for it. I don't know why he's creating it, but I would assume that the reason why he's creating it is because he knows nothing more than to potentially put on a show, which is a skill that he's attempting to employ in order to pay back restitution to all the victims he scammed the first time. Yeah, if you guys don't know who this guy is, Billy Macfarland, okay? A lot of people associate him with the word scam, and that's because he is a scammer. He's the one who started Fyre Festival 2, and you guys already know how that turned out. It was a complete disaster. Investors, party goers, they all lost their money. More than $26 million worth of money. And the party goers got scammed not once, but multiple times. For instance, one of the ways that they got scammed was by wearing this bracelet. They had to input money into that bracelet because everything that was going to be sold over at Fyre Festival had to be purchased through that bracelet. And I'm not sure if there was a limit or a requirement. All I know is that there were party goers that ended up inputting about $3,000 into those bracelets. From everything that I've seen, it seems like he's a scammer. He'll grab a mug, scoop up some air, and try to sell it as extra air. Just in case you guys forgot about Fyre Festival because you guys repressed it in the back of your mind, let me go ahead and just show you guys a bit of what Fyre Festival looked like. So this was the island that they were supposed to have that festival on. Crystal waters, a plane, women, live music, more boats and clear waters, more partying, more women. Clearly they shot that in heaven because no place on earth looks like that. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at what Fyre Festival actually looked like. Now, what you'll notice here is that there's a tremendous amount of tents. These are emergency tents for people who needed a place to stay because they either evacuated a hurricane or some natural disaster. And if you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense to have emergency tents because theoretically, it was an emergency. That party was on life support. And again, to remind you, this party was extraordinarily expensive. It'll cost you an arm and a leg. And if you wanted a refund, you would have to find a surgeon to reattach that arm and leg. The ticket range anywhere from $500 all the way to $100,000 plus, okay? $100,000 plus, which means that you are going to get a huge package, luxury food, all sorts of things. So people were absolutely flabbergasted when they got there and they got their luxury lunch in the form of a foam plate with an incomplete sandwich, with hate being the main ingredient. Apparently, that was all he could afford. And as for the rest of the partygoers, none of them have fun. They didn't have a good time at all. There was this YouTube vlogger who vlogged his experience over at Fyre Festival, and he talked about how he owned an emergency tent only to go use the restroom or go do what he had to do, come back and realize that his settlement, his emergency tent, was dominated by a group of men. And no, these men did not spray urine to claim the territory.
None of us know what to do now. It's getting late. Someone took our room. They told us that it was a free-for-all.
So we have nowhere to stay.
Nowhere to stay. Some people are missing bags.
We're just trying to get our bags.
Pitch black out. There's trucks, craziness going on everywhere. Nobody knows what to do. All the resorts nearby are sold out. It's an actual disaster. I've talked to like 5 different people that work for Fyre Festival about trying to get a flight out of this place, and no one knows what to do.
Yeah, so I'm surprised they didn't erect a stone wall with a plaque to commemorate all the victims. Now let's go back to Billy Macfarland. Now, from what I read superficially, apparently he spent a good portion of those funds on his lavish lifestyle, on older debts, and also, of course, the party. But believe it or not, it wasn't the partygoers who funded that party. It was actually investors. He ended up defrauding 24 million from investors. And so that's what he was using to fund his lifestyle, the party, and of course, anything else that falls in between those lines. That's why I said at the beginning that this guy is a scammer. He is not somebody to trust. If you play Monopoly with him, he would try to sell you the jail square. So to me, it kind of strikes a nerve when I see this guy go on the news and talk about how he's going to start Fyre Festival 2.
We all know what happened with the first Fyre. I made a lot of bad decisions, a lot of mistakes, and I'm doing Fyre 2 for a lot of reasons. One of those reasons is to pay everybody back for the wrongs that I caused for Fyre 1, but it's also about bringing this vision of Fyre 2 to life. So you're taking the risk because of the history, but you're also taking the risk to go meet new people, go to a new location, hopefully try some adventures that push you a little bit outside of your comfort zone.
First off, Billy, if anybody gives any money to you, they're already out of their comfort zone. And they've already began employing promotional tactics such as the orange square, except this time it has the number 2. And that's not the only thing that Billy Macfarland has up his promotional kit. He also created this promotional video, and of course, it's not a Billy Macfarland video without over-the-top acting.
Andy.
Oh my God, Billy? Round 2?
Yes, but first, we're going to Coachella.
Oh my God. Bro, this doesn't make me like you all that much more, okay? If anything, now that I've watched this video, it makes me hope that your GPS will reroute you into traffic. No, but seriously though, it doesn't make me trust you all that much more, man. I don't trust you at all. I consider you to be a fraudster, a scammer. You're somebody who would purchase a bunch of maps, mark X's on random locations, and then sell them for profit. Oh, by the way, I want to go ahead and introduce to you guys Andy King, who came out in that promotional video. And there's a reason why he's a part of Billy's professional toolkit. In this video, there's a lot of subliminals. Like for instance, Andy King holding an avian bottle. The reason why he's holding that bottle, and of course Andy King himself is a part of the promotional video, is because there was a huge story behind Andy King where apparently there was about $200,000 worth of water bottles that was being held over at customs, and they ended up, I don't know if this was a joke or not, it seems like it was a joke, but apparently they told Andy King that the only way they can get those water bottles is for Andy King to go over and suck the guy's dick.
Well, I mean, according to the documentary, you called him and say, listen, you got to take one for the team. And you got to blow this guy for some water, and he agreed to do it.
I think the story is a game of telephone. I think I called someone. I talked to Andy about it, the past year. I think I called someone who like called Andy. He's like, Billy said you got to go suck this guy's dick. It was a game of telephone. But the best part of it, Andy didn't question it. He goes, okay. He's like, what time do I have to be there?
Where's the dick at? All right, I'm ready.
What time do I have to do it?
It was such a big meme within that community, the Fyre Festival community. If you take a look at some of the memes are absolutely hilarious. You got this one that reads, choose your payment, and then you got Visa, MasterCard, and Andy King. There's another meme here, job interviewer, describe a situation when you went above and beyond for a customer. Me, Andy King. And then there's Thanos, did you get it? Yes. And what did it cost? And once again, Andy King. He's photoshopped purple in this one. Yeah, but we'll see how this works out for Billy Macfarland, because from this point forward, it's just going to be nothing but an uphill battle. Nobody likes this guy. If he picks up a spam call, the scammer will hang up on him. If a quarterback tells him to go long, the quarterback won't pass him the ball. Yeah, but we'll see how Fyre Festival develops. It's only about a month away, so I'm excited to see this disaster once again. I definitely am going to talk about it because to me, it's just a fascinating story. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. That's all I have for you guys, and I'll see you guys next video.